Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tecknoking Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a great start to your Monday. I want to talk about Tesla and kind of where I'm at right now, a quick little update and what I plan to do with it today. So as of right now, I have a little bit over 1,800 shares. It pushed up to overall highs of 713 on the day. And as of right now, it's making lower lows and lower highs. It's still holding above the middle VWAP, but if we see a break below $700 a share, this is where I will begin to reduce my position size. And the question you might be asking is why? Well, the reason why is because of how aggressively it pushed up. It has a lot of potential to gap back down. And instead of me holding the 1,800 shares all the way down as, yeah, I'm sure it will eventually pick back up, one of the things that I like to do is reduce my position size at critical points where it breaks support levels, and then I can buy them right back at lower price points in a sense, just preparing my future self for success. It's not that I'm going to be able to do this perfectly, but I'm at least doing my part in staying proactive with both the shares that I plan to hold, which is about 1,000 shares, and then the remaining 800 to an additional 1,000 shares that I can buy at lower levels. But my main focus has to be to stay well balanced, so if it does break below that support level, that I end up having still enough buying power that I can take advantage of those lower prices if it pulls back to that 865 or 885 price point. One of the things that I want to talk about very quickly is, I'm sure you guys might be asking, why is Tesla pushing up? And based off of all the articles that I've read as of right now, it comes kind of like as a surprise where he is officially, he's still the CEO of Tesla, but he gave himself an official title that he filed with the SEC, and he called himself the Tecknoking, which pretty much just means that the king of technology, as they've been having a really big focus on that. I'm still trying to learn a little bit more about, the kind of just purpose of that name. It's Elon, right? If you think that you understand why he named himself that, make sure you comment down below. But the one that I found the funniest is the previous CFO, which is, he's still the CFO, but he just named it differently, which I think is actually pretty cool, right? And instead of the CFO, which is the Chief Financial Officer, he called himself the Master of Coin, and I don't know if this stems from the $1.5 billion that they originally invested in Bitcoin, that I'm sure is worth a lot more now. And if you guys didn't see over the weekend, congrats to everyone that has been holding true to Bitcoin. If I'm not mistaken, I think it hit $61,000 per coin. So you guys are killing it, and I'm super excited to kind of just follow up with the progress. I wanted to update you guys on where I'm at today with Tesla, what I plan to do with it if it pulls on back, an update on, I think, the very funny names, kind of the untraditional but now official names that Elon is kind of giving the top executives through Tesla, which I think resonates very well with not only himself and what he tends to do, but also his audience, as they like a more modern approach, right? And I think those names are very relevant and very funny, and it just, I think he does an amazing job when it comes down to marketing, as they spend, if anything, very little, if not anything, in marketing, yet they get so much attention just due to how creative he is, to say the least. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. One of the things that I do want to talk about is the market is not actually up very much, and if anything, it's at that same resistance level. This is the /NQ, which is the NASDAQ future, and if you look at it, right around $13,000, right, you can see that it continuously gets rejected based off of previous highs. So this is super important, because if you're focusing on something that is, influenced by tech or influenced by the overall NASDAQ market, it's very important for you to understand these higher levels and lower levels, especially if you're trying to day trade. Of course, if you're trying to invest, then it wouldn't be such a important factor. If anything, maybe once we break above these higher levels, then maybe that's when we can decide to add more to our position size. But on the 180-day, 4-hour time frame, one of the things that we need to take into consideration is we are at a critical point where we are barely holding above the EMA line. This is super important, because if we break back below it, just like we've seen here in the past before, we can easily drop back down. All I want to do is share this with you, as no one can predict the future, and I'm not here to say that, right? But what we can do is prepare for it. And there it goes. It looks like Tesla just pulled on back. So this is where I'm going to have to follow up with it and begin to reduce a couple of my shares. So again, A goal is something to work towards, not something that you necessarily have to hit every single time or every single day. But the most amazing part about the stock market is that it is challenging, but challenges, after you overcome them, follow or tend to follow with the greatest fulfillment. So let's just make sure that we don't obsess so much about the dollar amount. We stay well balanced, we stay effective, and make sure that you have enough buying power left in your account that just in case the market begins to pull on back, that you set up your future self for success to be able to buy more at lower levels. At least that's the approach that I personally want to take. So I appreciate you guys' time. Wish you guys nothing but amazing green rest of your week. I hope that we earned your thumbs up. Don't forget to stay connected. If you guys haven't joined our absolute free Facebook group, it's the first link down in the description. And if you guys want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, that's that second link in the description. And I'll see you tomorrow at Market Open. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.